USC is playing Michigan. I'll give you my thoughts and prediction. So if there was one game during the offseason that I had to choose that would have been a guaranteed loss for USC, I would have said Michigan. But now watching, a couple weeks of football, seeing Michigan play, I'm not so sure about that. I give Michigan credit for having Fresno State and Texas on their schedule, non-conference. But what we've seen in these 3 weeks, they're not moving the ball down the field consistently with confidence or authority. And with Fresno State, they didn't put the game away until the fourth quarter on a pick six. Texas just ran right out of the gate, and Michigan could do nothing about it. And then with Arkansas State, Michigan maintained the lead and put up their points, but it wasn't like you didn't feel confident in their ability to score. And those struggles that they're having now will certainly play out throughout the rest of the season. And, for USC, I like their chances to win this game. I really do. And I see that SC's defense has been getting better. We've seen it, since this season. And with Michigan's struggles on offense, I think that, USC will have no trouble stopping Michigan there. If they do, I will say I would be a little bit surprised. But seeing what we're seeing, there's reason to believe USC should keep Michigan's offense in check. Now, on the defensive side of the ball for Michigan, this is where I think they're a lot better. And while Michigan doesn't have an LSU offense, I would say Michigan at least has an LSU defense that we saw when they played USC, or Michigan could be better. So that's where I think Michigan's going to have their best chance to really win this game. Also, the fact it's a home game for them at the Big House, it's going to be loud. And for Michigan fans, depending on how old they are and how much they remember about playing USC, well, USC's beaten them in the last 2 or 3 Rose Bowls that they've played. More recently in the 2000s with Matt Leinart and then John David Booty, quarterback at those times. So for Michigan fans, they remember how old they are, they may remember losing to USC, and now for them to have the game at Michigan, I think they're going to be probably more enthused and excited about it. Also because USC's in the Big Ten, so there's conference, let's say there's implications for a win. And so Michigan has that advantage. And I feel that USC could potentially struggle in that situation. And that's, again, this is kind of what I thought during the preseason. Why I would have chosen USC to have lost at Michigan was because of a lot of these factors. And I, would have assumed that maybe their offense might be better than what it currently looks like, and that USC defensively might still have had the same struggles that we remembered from last year. So with some of these changes going on, I like USC's chances, but I think, where USC could lose this game is just through mistakes. If they're playing undisciplined, or they turn the ball over in very favorable territory for Michigan to score, where they don't really have to do much to drive the ball down the field, then that's where I think Michigan wins this game. And there's a chance for that. But I still feel that USC can win this game. And we know what Michigan's offense looks like. USC should be able to stop the defense. I don't think USC will have the same success offensively that Texas had when they played Michigan. But I will say that USC's success will be somewhere in between whatever Texas had and whatever kind of closest that you might have seen from an Arkansas State or a Fresno State at those times, somewhere in there, enough to where I think USC, can and should win this game. So in my prediction, I will say USC wins 20-13. In terms of my confidence on it, maybe I'm 55 or 60%, feeling that's the way that this game could go. But it's interesting how quick things can change from, an off season, during the off season when I was making predictions, how I thought this was almost a certain loss for USC. And even at the end of last season, after the struggles in the regular season of 2023, and then looking ahead at the 2024 schedule and seeing USC open up against LSU, and then a couple weeks later playing Michigan, and thinking, oh my gosh, how is USC gonna manage to get through this type of schedule? Now here we are, and SC could very well win, and I'm feeling that way. So we'll see what happens. If you want to see more of my predictions, just look in the description of this video. You can see everything that I've done in the past. So that's just part of the fun. So until then, fight on.